Hei og velkommen tilbake til min YouTube-kanal. Det er Justin Nån igjen, Løken fra Sør. I dag fortsetter vi nok med en ny ekstra episode med God of War Ragnerok. Gjerne lik og kommenter om ønsker det. Og videre utover det så hiver vi oss rett inn. Ja, som vi ser så er vi i Alfheim. Gjør litt sånn sidequest her. Tenkte vi skulle... Hold opp. Nei. Alright, let's go.
Locked. It requires 2 keys.
What are they keeping back there?
That's the beauty of a locked door. It could be anything. Monsters, treasure. Knowing our luck, it'll be a bit of both.
A light elf statue in the desert. Odd.
On top of ancient elven ruins? I'd have to agree.
Jewelry.
Oh? Put it on one of my horns. Let's see if I can pull it off.
No.
An elven library.
An archive of knowledge.
No sign of the light elves.
For now.
Maybe they've left for the day. We can browse at our leisure. That's the last of the missing schematics. I suspect you've got some new sword hilts in your future.
These texts alone are not enough to end the Elven War. But restricting their access only serves those who wish to prolong it.
Taking a page out of Odin's book.
Aye. Quite the advantage for the Light Elves.
This book is sealed, but there is an inscription. The console.
Big Veer spoke of an exile of the same name. Odds are he'd like a gander at that particular text.
All this knowledge of their ancestors, their shared history, poetry, just sitting here, forgotten. What a waste.
Ah, it appears the librarian would like a word.
Lata Framborg.
Sounds like she wants that journal back.
No.
Shield strike!
Nasty hit! You alright, brother?
Use a shield strike!
Ah, this is a fine mess. Shield strike! Take it off, man! You've got this!
Come on, Kratos, get up! Kratos, are you okay? They're healing!
Yourself. Thought. Megivit. How go broken on?
She thinks she's protecting them by hiding all this knowledge away.
The elves do not need protection from their history. They need access. A new chapter awaits.
I'm impressed. Thought you were going to end her.
When last we traveled here, after Faye passed, I killed an elf of great importance. The ramifications were dire, but I do not wish to make the same mistake twice.
That a Cavassier poem. Never heard of this one.
Vulnerable when it glows!
Close in! Attack!
Need to take out those springs, brother! Give yourself an opening! Don't waste it! these two animals back to Vanaheim, or Midgard even. Becky and Spanner could use the company. We have kennels.
It would not go well for them. Once a predator becomes accustomed to a land, it is cruel to move on.
I suppose you're right. Just seems lonely out here.
It is peaceful. They have each other. It is enough.
Freya, getting back to your brother. What did he do to win back Garth? And how did it end up with him being worshipped in Alfheim?
Well, Freyr thought big.
Hold. We will finish later.
Freya, getting back to your brother. What did he do to win back Garth? And how did it end up with him being worshipped in Alfheim?
Well, Freyr thought big. He set his aim on the grandest of gestures. He intended to be the first to find the elusive source of Bifrost life. And he succeeded, although quite by accident. Freyr believed he navigated best while fortified by a potent blend of Vanir herbs. When he wandered, he wandered.
Hold. What is that? The Hillcrest battle that grave will provide.
Right side, brother!
Kratos, tell me of an adversary from your homeland. It will serve us well if I understand more of your battle tactics.
There was Medusa, queen of the Gorgons. Her gaze turned men to stone. A mirror will turn her own powers against her. Or you may remove her head, but that is the hard way.
Which did you choose?
The hard way.
Forget I asked.
Freya, a flower.
A dawn bloom.
I don't think that relic's gonna wake it up, I'm afraid. Another sleeping troll, courtesy of the dwarves. The tablet spoke of a relic that could arouse the trolls. I wonder, do you think we could use such an item on that troll? So, Freya, how did your brother manage to accidentally discover the source of Bifrost light?
By doing what he did best. Wandering around in a veritable herbal stupor. And he managed to wander from the World Tree directly into the Lake of Souls. The elves had never seen anybody come out of the lake before, so it got some attention.
Oh, that is bloody hilarious.
I don't know whether he worked his charms at that point or they just assumed him to be a great deity. But of course, he hadn't made this journey in search of responsibility, so he didn't stick around long. Still, the legend of his manifestation was passed along through the ages. It even endured after the Great Division, remembered by light and dark elf alike.
Let this wait. Stay alert.
Something is coming, and it's not happening.
Your guess is as good as mine. Imprisoning a drake. Can't decide whether to be impressed or horrified.
Either way, it is over now.
of honor. The elves made a few of these. They'd hang them up outside their dwellings, show their support for my brother. Yelpa!
Behind you, brother!
You know, Freyr loved to breed Gulan pups in Vanaheim. I wonder if these two are the descendants of the Gulan he brought here long ago.
That explains how they got to the desert. Another gift for the Dark Elves. Freya, will you continue that story about your brother? He stumbled into Alfheim, became a legend, and left?
He did make a lasting impression. So when at last he returned, he was uniquely situated to gain the trust of both sides and help to create a truce. The problem was, both sides trusted only him. So the peace could only last as long as he stayed around to keep it. And with the long war dragging on without an end in sight, I suppose making any kind of peace was an irresistible notion for him, even if it meant having to rule.
A gravestone. No doubt a berserker awaits. Look here.
From under the cruel, dagger the cold, and bitter prideful. On your right! You're on fire, Kratos! It will pass! Take it off, man! We've got this!
Can't do this without you, Kratos!
Yeah, nej. Yeah, no, not yet, man. Not yet.
wonder, how'd these two pups end up yoked to the sled?
Ever try flying in a sandstorm? I imagine Freyr showed the Dark Elves that Gulon could be trained to pull a plow. They must have found new uses for them once the sandstorm arrived. I imagine they're now bred to aid in traveling the surface.
I see it.
You're on fire, Kratos! It will pass! That's what she was called. I'm trying to remember which god raised her dander up.
It does not matter.
Doesn't it?
If rage is all that remains, her reasons are irrelevant.
Hallo? Okay, hva... My days. Jeg tror gamet klikket litt grann. Fader, ass. Vi prøver på nytt. Faen. Der, vet du. Nice. Ok, nå prøver vi. Alright. Nå funker det. Nå funker det. Da er vi tilbake.
Well, how about that? Didn't I tell y'all there'd be something to see? Ah, just when I thought you couldn't get more godly. Let me get my fortune hammer.
lock be opened without damaging the book. The elves in Freya's camp wish to read it.
Now, why would anyone go and lock a book? Seems silly as me. I'm sure I can crack it open for you and get it over to Biggs and Bay. Oh, what can I do for a goddess? Let me get my fortune hammer. Dane's legacy, the rage of Sather, forged into a single blade. The ever-thirsting blade. Now you be careful with that, Kratos. Feels half crazy to say it, but I got a good feeling about that Thrud girl. Never minding what family she came from.
I quite agree. She's an impressive young woman.
I thought you might. Why, I ain't never seen anyone quite so awestruck as when she laid eyes on you back at the hole. Like meeting her idol.
She was apparently quite eager to learn from all the Valkyries. Now that she has Mjolnir, I expect her next stop will be to begin training with Sigrun.
I think Brock and Sindri would be happy knowing that hammer's finally with someone worthy to wield it. And a future Valkyrie, no less. Hell of a job you did at Ragnerok, General. Wish I could have been there to see you and Sindri take down Thor and Odin.
That is not what happened.
Yeah, maybe not, but it's the story I like best. Important thing is, Odin's paid in full for what he did to Brock. I know it doesn't fix what's broke, but it ain't nothing.
Midgard,